Giant Mole. He's fat, frantic, and fucking annoying. Mole is one of RuneScape's easiest bosses. With only one attack style, he's incredibly low intensity, meaning he's perfect for fledgling PVMers looking to begin their bossing journey. This guide will be focused on money making from the Mole, not farming the pet, and therefore will be focused more on low to mid level accounts, or people wanting to start bossing for the first time. Most anything will work when killing Mole. However, I would recommend 70 plus in attack, strength, and defense in order to wield full Darox. When taking Darox, I recommend having either the Dwarven portion of Recipe for Disaster completed, or Dragon Slayer 2 for the Dwarven Rock Cake or the Locator Orb respectively. 43 Prayer is also a requirement for this method as you need it to protect from the Mole's attacks, and Falador Hard Diary might as well be a requirement, as will be explained later. Mole is mostly weak to all attack styles, with Crush being the least effective. His mechanics are extremely simple, having only 2 attacks, a melee attack that has a max hit of 21, this can be fully negated using Protect from melee, and a burrow. When below half health, each attack you perform has a 1 in 4 chance of causing the Mole to burrow to a random location around the cave. As mentioned earlier, the Falador Hard Diary is highly recommended as it allows you to bring a Falador shield free which automatically tracks the Mole wherever it is in the cave, meaning you don't have to go on an expedition just to miss it once and have it burrow again. The Hard Diary also allows the primary drops to become noted, making trips last far longer and become much more profitable. Notable drops from the Mole include the Mole Claw and the Mole Skin, which are always dropped every kill, Elite Clues, which drop at 1 in 500, and the Pet Baby Mole, which drops in a 1 in 3000 rate. On average, each kill is worth 23,564 GP on time of recording, and since the Mole is a very quick kill if you don't get unlucky, there is a very good opportunity for some great profit here, especially for the mid levels. As for the gear, anything goes at Mole. As long as you're protecting melee, you can bring along whatever you have and eventually get kills. A lot of endgame players bring a T-bow or scythe here and set up a cannon for max kills per hour. However, doing so is likely to actually burn money here and should only be done if going for the pet specifically. The recommended gear for money making here is Darox Helm, Plate Body, Plate Legs, and Great Axe. The whole set is required for the set effect. The necklace should be the highest strength boosting necklace you can afford, starting with the Torture and downgrading as seen on screen. The best cape would be the Infernal Cape. However, it's highly unlikely that anyone watching this guide has one, and therefore the Fire Cape is great, or failing that, the Mythical Cape. As for the ammo slot, any blessing is great, with Radha's Blessing 4 being the best, but only by a small margin. Ferocious Gloves are the best in slot here, however a much more likely alternative would be the Barrows Gloves, or any of the Recipe for Disaster gloves, or failing that, a combat bracelet. The best boots would be Primordial, however Dragon is a dirt cheap alternative and climbing boots are a great super budget option. Berserker Ring is great here, however a much cheaper alternative is the Warrior's Ring, with Brimstone being a bridge between them. Finally, a special attack weapon isn't required at all, however if you would like to bring one, Dragon Claws are best in slot, but Dragon Dagger is far more affordable. I wouldn't recommend bringing any of the Dragon Dagger poisoned variants, as the poison damage can cause the Mole to burrow. As for the inventory, you'll want super combat potions, staminas, and prayer potions. The amounts vary based on your account level and gear, so you should adjust how much you bring each trip, but as a general guideline, this is what I brought. You'll need to bring along a spade to get into the cave, though there is one just nearby the entrance if you do forget it, and a light source such as a bullseye lantern. Avoid bringing exposed light sources like lit candles as the moles can extinguish these. If you have completed Bialm's Big Adventure, you are able to light a fire pit in the cave, which allows you to skip bringing a light source altogether, though this is really not required. You'll also want your spec weapon if you're bringing one, your rock cake or locator orb if you're using Darox, and teleports to a bank and to the Mole. I'm using house tabs for both. The Mole is located in Falador Park, which can be reached directly by using Ring of Wealth teleport to Falador Park, or teleporting directly to Falador and walking east. Once there, you can right click and peek on the holes in the ground to see if there's already someone on this world killing Mole. This way you can hop without having to go into the cave. Once you've found a cave, you can stand above one of the holes and dig with your spade to enter. Killing Mole is very simple. Once you've entered the cave, an arrow will appear showing you where the Mole currently is. Following this will lead you to the boss, at which point you should sip your super combat, bring your HP down to 1, turn on your protection prayers, do not forget this step, and slap away. You should use your special attacks only at the start of a kill, as they hit multiple times, causing the Mole to burrow more often if used below 50% HP. Once the Mole digs, it's as simple as following the arrow and continuing the onslaught. In testing, I got around 42 kills per hour, bringing in a gross income of 886k. I used around 169,000 in supplies, bringing my total income to 717,237 GP per hour. Your profits may vary based on focus, stats, gear, and supply usage, however, I believe this is a good realistic middle ground for expected profits. While Mole may not provide the best money in the game, I believe it serves its role perfectly as a great way for beginner PVMers to earn while they learn and get comfortable with some of the basic boss mechanics, without needing to grind excessively to even attempt it. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed and good luck on the grind.